Darling, I think you forgot your power. You set the rules of how other people should treat you by the way you treat yourself. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to set the tone right so that nobody ever dares to disrespect you ever again. Now, I'm guessing you're getting tired of people treating you badly, dismissing your feelings like they don't even exist, or just not giving you the same time and energy that you pour into them. Now, we're not going to be the nice person anymore because the nice person always gets stepped all over and people are always just pushing their buttons. Why? Because people think that they will not react. Well, they've poked the bear long enough and it's time for us to take our power back and react accordingly. So number one is set the standard. I think you forgot, babe, who's the boss? You are the boss. You set the rules, you set the standards. So people take cues from how you treat yourself and that is how they will treat you. So if you value yourself, other people will value you. If you do not value yourself, other people will not value you. Like I always say in my videos, the world is a reflection of you. So if you don't value yourself, the world will reflect the same and bring you people who do not value you. So we need to start by speaking kindly to ourselves and just stop with the self-depreciating comments. I know you guys be doing this, that every time someone gives you a compliment, you're just like, oh no, this is old, or oh no, I don't look that beautiful. Oh, I look a bit fat in this. Stop. Just take the compliment and just say thank you and smile. That's it. Stop devaluing yourself. That literally shows that you think you're not beautiful or that you think you're fat. So when someone gives you a compliment, now you're going to be confident and just accept the compliment. That's all you need to do. You don't even need to give a compliment back. If you want to, fair enough, give the compliment back. But there is no need for you to feel that you need to give a compliment back just because someone complimented you. And stop saying that, oh, I don't look that good, or oh, this is something old that I threw on. No, just be like, thank you. I know, I feel so great. Just say it like that. You need to have confidence in yourself because then people are just going to stop complimenting you. If you're just like, oh no, that's not me. Oh no, I'm not beautiful or something like that. Why is someone going to compliment you then if you're always just devaluing yourself? Like it just makes everyone feel awkward then. Just accept the compliment and smile. That's all you have to do. Stop devaluing yourself and stop with the negative comments about yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Like I always say, words are spells, so speak kindly to yourself and then other people will speak kindly to you. And you need to practice self-care and prioritize well-being. So that means eating healthy, exercising, moving your body, just respecting yourself enough to give yourself the treatment that you actually deserve. Stop treating your body badly. Your body is your temple, okay? You live with yourself 24/7. You don't want to be living with diseases or like conditions. You don't want any of that. You want to be living a healthy and happy life. Health is wealth, guys. So eat healthy because what you eat actually shows on the outside. Even if you eat something behind closed doors, people can see it. If you've been eating junk food for so long, people can see it. People can see it in your skin, in your weight, in everything. So when you take care of yourself, other people can see it, whether you're doing it behind closed doors or not. Make sure you dress nicely because dressing nicely just shows that you actually take care of your appearance because people always see the outside first. No one sees what your personality, what your heart is like. Nobody cares about that in the beginning, okay? They see what you look like from the outside. And if you look scruffy and homeless, I'm sorry, but people are going to ignore you because if you look like a homeless person, people usually what? They want to ignore the homeless person. Right? They don't give them attention. So if you're going to be out here looking scruffy and looking homeless, people are not going to give you the attention you want. And people are not going to treat you like you want to be treated because people usually ignore the homeless person or the one that looks scruffy. Whereas the person who gets attention and that people listen to is the one that looks clean, that's taken care of themselves. So that's why you need to take care of yourself and show that you value yourself by prioritizing your self-care. Number 3 is you need to be accountable and hold yourself to high standards. So that means being reliable, being punctual, and being respectful. Because if you do all of these things and you hold yourself to these high standards, people will mirror the same to you. If you respect someone else's time, they will respect your time. So if you're always on time and you're going to see someone, if they're not always on time, then you say to them, I'm sorry, but I clearly respect your time by being on time. So I expect that from you. When you book a doctor's appointment, what do? You turn up 15 minutes earlier because you respect and value the doctor's time. So other people should do that with you because you are just as valuable. You're booking an appointment with someone, literally, if you're going out somewhere with someone, you've booked an appointment with them, you should turn up on time. And if you're going to be late, then you should call them and be respectful, saying, I'm going to be late, not text them like as soon as it's supposed to be the time you're meeting and you're like, oh, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. No, you should tell the person beforehand. So you're showing them that I'm respectful and I'm just letting you know that this is happening. That's why I'm going to be a bit late. So people should do the same to you, because what you do to others will mirror back to you. The thing is, people will hold you to your highest standards, but they will drop to your lowest expectations. So you should never let them drop. Don't let your expectations drop. Now, I'm not saying be cocky and be out here like some people that I know that are very cocky and they think that they deserve the world when they really haven't done anything to deserve it. But really, you should hold your standards high, and how you treat people is how they should treat you. It's a reflection. You should never expect more or less from someone. If they give more, then that's nice, but you should expect the same. And if they don't give the same and they give less, then they don't even deserve your time and energy. And that person should just not be in your life, because it should be either more or it should be the same. Because sometimes in a relationship, one person gives more at one point and the other person gives more at another point. So it just balances each other out. But for the most part, relationships, like friendships and stuff, they should always be on the same level. No one should be giving, like overly giving, because that is when you start resenting the person. You also need to tell people to start pre-booking you. Yes, you heard me right. Tell people to start pre-booking you, because this is when they will respect your time and your energy more. Because if they just text you last minute, like, oh, do you want to go out? And you're like, yes, all the time. They do not respect your time and energy, because they think you're free all the time and you're free for them all the time, and that you will jump at any opportunity to see them. This is not relevant to your spouse or partner, okay? Or like your mum, I would say, or even your siblings, but sometimes even siblings cross the line. So like siblings and cousins and relatives or whatever. So you need to teach them. You need to pre-book me for my time, because my time is precious. So I will slot you in to my day, but I need like a few days in advance. That is what I do. People will respect your time more because they know that this is the time I'm getting with them, and I'm not going to see them like every single day. So people will respect you more because they know how precious your time and energy really is, and how limited it really is, and that you're not just out here giving it to everyone, because you don't understand yet how precious your time and energy is. So you need to teach these people to pre-book you, because it's important. Don't act like you're available all the time. I'm sorry, but being available 24/7 is not sexy, okay? If it's for your partner or your spouse, that is sexy, because obviously one might be busy and the other one might be a bit more available. So you can drop things sometimes for your partner. But I'm talking about someone like your friends, or even like relatives, or even like someone you're just starting to date. You need to get them to pre-book you, because your time and energy is limited. Lesson number 4 is that you need to communicate clearly. Now, I know we all think that it's common sense, right? If someone turns up late all the time, that is disrespectful. It's common sense. We all think it's common sense. But some people really don't understand how disrespectful it is. And then they think it's a joke. So no, we're going to set the record straight and we're going to speak up. Because if you keep ignoring it, you're basically training them that this is okay. And the thing is, to some people, it might be okay. But if to you, it bothers you, then you need to speak up, because everyone has different preferences, and that's okay. You need to tell the other person what your preference is. And if they accept it, cool. If they don't, then I'm sorry. Then you can leave. Because if they love you enough and they care about you enough, they will adjust themselves to your preferences, because they want to make you feel comfortable. So if these people take you as a joke when you're telling them that this is not making me comfortable, or I don't like this, that you need to change this behavior, and they take it lightly, then you need to show them that I was not joking about this, and there are going to be consequences to your actions, because I told you, I vocalized it. So clearly you knew that this is the line that I set and you're trying to cross it every time. So there's going to be a consequence and you have to deal with it. So again, we're going to use the late example. If someone is late to a first date, say, you can just ask them in a nice way. We're going to ask them in a sweet way for the girls. For a guy, you should never be late anyways, okay? I'm sorry, but the rules are just different. Just don't be late, okay? Just don't be late. But what I'm going to say now is going to apply to men and women both, okay? I'm just going to give the woman analogy if the boy is late, because the woman has to say it in a nice way to find out why the guy is late. Whereas you can say it in a nice way as well. But for a woman, you need to be sweet about it, and you need to just be like, oh, what happened? Like, is everything okay? Why are you late? You're going to ask like you're worried, okay? Don't ask like, why are you late? Like, don't say it like that. You need to ask in a feminine way, in a soft way. What happened? Is everything okay? How comes you was late? That's how you're going to ask. If he just laughs it off and he's just like, oh, haha, like just stuck in traffic, nothing really happened major, then I'm sorry, that's not a legitimate reason. So you can just be like, oh, well, next time I hope you are on time, because then we get to spend more time together and I'd like that. You say it in a sweet way, okay? You have to be feminine about it. Don't be so masculine, being like, I don't like the fact that you was late, la, la, la. Don't be like that, okay? Don't be a negative Nancy. You have to be sweet and you have to be feminine, okay? And if he does it on the second day, and again, he has no legitimate reason, he is not respecting your time, darling. So you need to set the record straight. I don't appreciate you being late. This time you say it with a firm voice. I don't appreciate you being late. I would appreciate if you respect my time. Just like I'm always on time, I would appreciate if you respect my time and you're on time as well. Just need to say it like that. If they make a big deal out of you setting your boundary, that is not your person, babe. I'm sorry, but that is not your person. If they can't respect your time, you think they're going to respect you in the long run? No, because how someone does one thing is how they do everything. So if they can't respect you and your time, and they're just laughing that you're taking it so seriously, just be like, no, I appreciate when my friends, my family, the person I'm dating is on time. It's just the standard that I have. I'm sorry. If you can't meet it, then, well, I'm sorry, but it's my standard. So you kind of have to meet that to be in close proximity to me. That's how you need to say it. You need to set the record straight and you need to communicate it clearly, because they might not have that. They might not care. Whoever's late, they can be late all the time. They might not care. But if that bothers you, then you need to say it. You need to speak up and vocalize it, because then it's going to keep bothering you all the time. And if you don't train them in the beginning, you failed. You have let them come late all the time. It's your fault, because you trained them that it's okay for you to be late all the time without me saying anything. But if you say it the first and second time, he'll be like, oh, like I need to be on time this time. So he will remember, or she'll remember. So you need to set the record straight. Also, if someone interrupts you in a conversation, don't let them interrupt you. You need to vocalize it. But you don't need to be rude. You don't need to start screaming. You just need to say it in a firm tone, okay? Don't start screaming. Don't be quiet about it. You need to say it in a firm tone. You need to look at the person and be like, I was talking. Please don't interrupt me. And then you continue the conversation. So if you're in a group environment, you literally will turn to the person and will be like, I was talking. Please be respectful. Thank you. Turn, continue the conversation. If you're just having a conversation with one-on-one, then you literally say to them, you stop them right there. Don't let them continue speaking. Stop them, just like they interrupted you, and be like, that was disrespectful. I was talking. I wasn't done. So please let me finish. If they make it out as if you are making a whole big deal out of it, then those are not your people, babe. Even if you're sitting in a friend setting and these people act like, oh, why are you taking it so seriously? La, la, la. Those are not your people, babe. Because people who speak over someone else, that is disrespectful. So you are allowing them to treat you badly, to speak over you, saying that you're not important. What you're saying is not important. You can take turns in speaking. It's not that difficult. People just need to learn to respect each other. So you need to be vocal about it. And don't say it in a screaming voice. You don't need to scream for attention. I'm telling you to say it in a firm voice so they understand that you are serious and that they shouldn't do that again. Because that is when people take you seriously. Because trust me, I've been through all of these situations in my life where I thought, oh, okay, maybe I'll just wait until they're done because the person kept talking. But no. As I grew older, I understand, no, you need to vocalize, I'm sorry, but I was talking, so you wait your turn now. You understand? So you need to say it in a firm voice so that people understand it's not okay to disrespect you and interrupt you. You have your turn like they had theirs. And also with the nosy ones that always want to know your business, they're just always like up in everyone's business and they want to know it so they can spread it around the world. Well, if they're asking you about your personal business and you don't want to tell them, just be like, oh, nothing. Like if they're asking you about your love life or about your job or whatever, and you don't want to tell them, just be like, oh, nothing. What about you? Like, tell me about you. Literally say nothing and then ask them a question about themselves, because people love to talk about themselves. So they will literally forget that they were asking about you And they will continue speaking about themselves. And if they again bring it back to you, just be like, yeah, really, nothing. My life's so boring, like nothing spicy in it. And then again, ask them another question about themselves. But if someone is really pushy and they're just like, tell me this, tell me that, just be like, I'm sorry, I don't discuss my personal stuff like that. People think that just because they're sharing that you need to share. You do not need to share. This is a psychology trick that people do. They think that they can get your business out of you by telling you theirs. But some people are just, they've got a big mouth anyway. So they want to tell the world like everything that's going on in their life. And that's okay. They can do that because they want to share their business. But some people don't want to share their business. And that's okay as well. So if you're one of those people that don't want to share your business, but you have pushy people around you, literally just say to them, I don't share my personal business like that. I don't share my personal business like that. It's as simple as that. Like, no one needs to be up in your business. No one needs to be asking you questions. But if they're being really pushy, then you need to set the boundary and be like, I'm sorry, I don't discuss my personal business like that. I'm sorry, that's just not me. And if they're like, yeah, but I told you mine, and be like, yeah, but that's you. You like to discuss your personal life, but I don't. So yeah, anyways. And then you literally start talking about something else. You don't need to be so rude about it, but you only be rude when they start really pushing your buttons. And if they really push your buttons, just say, we're not that close that I want to tell you about business, so let's just leave it at that. If they're really pushing your buttons, just say, I'm not going to tell you my personal business. Let's just leave it at that. And end of story. Because some people are really nosy and they really want to be up in your business. But the thing is, people feel like they have to tell them stuff because they're so pushy. But if you master keeping someone at a distance, everything will be fine. I know in the beginning you'll feel a bit uncomfortable and you'll be a bit scared, but trust me, they will not push your buttons after that. After you've trained them a bit, everything is training, guys. Everything is training. Literally, you train them a bit that don't ask me about my personal business, and they will stop asking you about your personal business unless you actually want to share something. But because you've trained them, that if they ask you a question and they're pushy about it, then you'll answer their questions. So it's time to flip the script, and we're going to train them to stop asking us about our personal business because we don't want to share it. And if they stop sharing their personal business, then it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. You don't need to feel the need to talk to someone about your life just so that they tell you about theirs. Good friends don't push you to tell you about their life. Trust me, they don't. If you want to open up to them, you can. If people are pushing you that you need to tell them about your life, they're not good friends. Trust me, get rid of them. Number 5 is you need to set and reinforce that boundary. So every time someone does something wrong or something that you do not like or you do not approve of, then you tell them that I'm sorry, this is the line, this is my boundary, do not overstep it. Boundaries aren't you putting up barriers to someone like, don't come near me. No, it's a bridge so that you can have a healthy relationship with the other person and you can love yourself at the same time. Because if people keep overstepping your boundary, it means you are respecting yourself less and less because you're letting other people step all over you and come up into your personal space. If you don't have that much self-respect, it's because other people have stepped over your boundaries so many times and you have let them. But it's time to stop doing that. We're not going to do that anymore because we're not going to be nice anymore. We'll be kind and respectful to people who deserve it. Respect is earned. You don't just give it out to everyone. Trust me, you do not need to respect everyone in the world, okay? You respect the people who respect you. You be kind to the people who are kind to you, okay? I don't know who made this up that we should be respectful to everyone. No, you don't need to be. I give you permission, you do not need to be. If someone is disrespectful to you, you ignore them like they do not even exist, okay? So you need to decide what behaviors you will accept and that you will tolerate. So if someone is always late, whether that's your friend or your SP, if they're always booking something so late or they're asking you to come do last minute things, then you tell them. You keep reinforcing that boundary. I'm sorry, I told you, you need to tell me a few days in advance because I'm not always free like that. You literally just need to say that. Once you keep reinforcing that boundary, they will remember. They will start to remember, okay, I need to book her 3 days in advance because she needs time. And it's good because then you have time to actually enjoy the time with that person. You're not thinking about this deadline or I need to do that or I need to do some housework. I need to do my washing. I need to think of what I'm doing tomorrow. You're not all over the place. You've booked that time so you can enjoy that time fully with that person. And people should respect that. And the thing is, people might not even be malicious. They might not do it in a malicious way. They might just be forgetful because maybe everyone else doesn't care when they book it. They can book it last minute, all their other friends. But you are going to be different, my love. You are going to tell them, you need to book me in advance. And you're not going to say it in a rude way. We're always going to be polite and say something in a nice way because we just value our time. We're not always going to be available 24/7 because it's not sexy. It's not sexy when someone's available 24/7 unless it's your partner. But that's about it. The thing is, people might genuinely forget that they need to book you a few days in advance. And it's not malicious in any way. But the thing is, you make the rules of your world because we're living in our world. We're all living in our world. So we make the rules. And that's amazing because we make the rules. Who respects us? What is good for us and what's bad for us? We make the rules. And then we teach others. You're entering my world. These are the rules to my world. If you want to be a part of it, you have to abide by these rules, basically. So if people don't follow your rules and they overstep your boundaries and you let them every single time, you lose respect for yourself. And you're just teaching other people that it's okay. I will tolerate disrespect. It's completely fine. So we're not going to do that anymore. And we're going to keep reinforcing that boundary. For example, if people are calling you names or if someone's calling your name, say, I don't appreciate you calling me that name, so I'd like you to stop. If the second time they do it, just be like, I told you I don't like you calling me that name. So watch your tongue because the third time will be the last time. And if they do it again the third time and they're laughing and they think it's a joke, you need to cut that person off. I'm sorry, but you literally need to cut that person off because that person is a child and they don't understand what boundaries are. And you're not going to be out here trying to explain it to them because there's no point trying to explain things to a stupid person. So don't waste your time on energy explaining your boundaries to someone. Once you've set it and they keep crossing it again and again, they will keep doing that because they think it's a joke. It's not a joke. They will understand once you leave their life. So let them. I think we're on number 6. So we need to lead by example. So that means being kind, assertive, being a good listener. So being just respectful in general of other people so that they will respect us because the world is, again, a mirror reflection of you. So just avoid interrupting other people and just treat them how you would want to be treated. But if someone starts disrespecting you, then you need to show them that I do not tolerate this in my world, so get out. That is what you need to show them because you're setting your boundary. And don't be dabbling into gossip and disrespectful behavior because once you start doing that, that means it's okay for people to do that with you. So if you're sitting here gossiping about one of your friends to one of your other friends, trust me that they will do the same with you, about you. So you need to show them, I'm not sitting here gossiping about anyone. I'm worried about my life. I'm worried about growth in my life. I don't really care about anything else. So don't dabble into disrespectful behavior. That even means people pulling you out of your character when they are being disrespectful. Okay, we're not going to be taken out of our character. We're going to stay calm and composed because we can let the other person look crazy and it's okay. Don't let them pull you out of your character. You need to stay calm and composed. Number 7 is say no without guilt. So stop overcommitting yourself to everything. Stop saying yes to everything. Like I said before, your time and energy is precious. You don't need to be out here seeing your friends every single day. Respect your time and energy because then they get used to you. And when you get used to something, you don't even care about it anymore. Like even when like a billionaire or a millionaire, whatever, they buy a Lamborghini, they're excited at first. But after a week, they get bored. It's the same with your friends. You spend so much time with your friends or so much time texting them, talking to them on the phone, they're just going to get bored of you. Like you're just there all the time. Nobody cares about anything that's there all the time. I'm sorry, but it's true. Literally, nobody cares about anything that is there all the time. That is why even in marriages, it's good to have some time apart, meaning you go do separate jobs because then when you come back together, you miss that person. And then you have more to talk about. You don't need to be there 24/7 because once you're there 24/7, you get tired of that person and they're not interesting anymore. So you need to keep it a bit spicy and stop saying yes to everything and actually show that my time and energy is precious. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to commit to everything and anything. I'm only going to commit to the things that align with me and my higher self. And you can literally be firm and polite about it. You don't need to be rude. Just be like, oh no, don't want to come. Don't need to be rude. You can literally just say, oh, thank you so much for the invitation and thinking about me, but I'm sorry, I can't make it. You don't even need to explain. I've said this in so many of my videos. You don't need to over explain it yourself. No is a sentence in itself. Just no means no. I don't want to do it. It's as simple as that. So just say no. And I think I mentioned this before, but you need to address the issue immediately. Don't let it slide, because I said it before. You are training them. If you let it slide, if you think, oh, it's the first time. Oh, it's the first time, I'll let it go. No, 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 honey. No, 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 no. That is the wrong way to look at it. The first time is the beginning of it all. If you don't put them straight the first time, they think it's okay. They can do it again and again and again, and they will keep disrespecting you, but you trained them to. So the first time they do something wrong, we're going to teach them this is not acceptable, so do not do that. I will not accept this in my world, and if you want to do that to someone else, go ahead, but not in my world. This does not happen in my world. So you need to set the record straight in the beginning, the first time they do it. You need to set the record straight, set the tone so they understand that this is not something that you accept. And the thing is, nowadays, people have so low standards. Like, I'm sorry, people really have low standards. And so some people might just be like, oh my God, you have such high standards. Like, who do you think you are? I'm sorry, but you are the queen or the king of your own world, okay? So don't be acting desperate, okay? Don't be acting desperate, thinking that these people think my standards are too high, so I need to drop them. You do not need to drop them for lower vibrational people, okay? We're going to keep them high so that those lower vibrational people can be removed out of our life, so we can make space for the people that will actually respect us and our boundaries, because then we will have a better relationship with them. We don't want a relationship with someone who doesn't appreciate and respect our time and our energy. We want what we give to other people. So just because we are kind, it doesn't mean people are going to step all over us, okay? So you need to learn to value and respect your time and address any situation immediately. Do not think and do not let anyone ever tell you that what you are saying is unimportant. As soon as they say that, that means you are not important enough. I do not care what you are saying. So that is why what you said doesn't matter. Well, your feelings do not matter, and I don't care. I'm not going to change my behavior. Once someone says that to you, they're not directly saying it, but if they're saying, oh my God, like take it as a joke, it's not that serious, blah, blah, blah. If they say it like that, I'm sorry, you say with a straight face, it is that serious because this is my boundary. If you want to stay in my life, you need to act according to my rules. But if you don't, then there's the door. You can leave. It's completely fine. I don't care. That's how you need to behave, because only then will the people that actually love and appreciate you can come into your world, and trust me, they will, okay? Just have some patience. Stop being around people that do not respect your time and energy because you feel like you need friends. You do not need friends that do not respect you. We always train people how to treat us. So we're going to start training them right from the beginning, from the get-go. And we're going to treat ourselves with love and respect first. And we're going to hold ourselves to high standards so that other people see this, that we hold ourselves to high standards. So they have to come accordingly. Because if they don't, and if they don't come correct, then they don't have a place in our life. And that's okay. Stop thinking that you need these people who do not respect you in your life. You do not. I will say that one more time. Stop thinking you need these people who do not respect you in your life. You do not need them. Other people will come. You just need time and patience. But first, we're going to work on ourselves, work on loving ourselves, respecting ourselves, and holding ourselves to high standards. And how do you hold yourself to high standards? You do what you said you're going to do. You're going to dress appropriately. You're going to move your body. You're going to eat the right foods. That just shows that you respect yourself. And again, others will respect you. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.